Welcome back, everyone. We often talk about the cool stuff popping up on the AI agent store, always looking for tools that, well, genuinely make a difference. Today, we've got one that feels particularly relevant if you spend your days wrestling with code.
Oh, yeah. Which one's caught your eye?
It's called Qwen3-Coder. And it's not just another autocomplete tool, It's pitched as this highly autonomous agent for really complex programming.
Ah, Qwen3-Coder. Yeah, the one from Alibaba. That's a fascinating one, actually. It's open source, which is great, and it uses that mixture of experts approach.
Mixture of experts, MOE, right? Like having specialists.
Exactly. Think of it like having a team where each member is brilliant at one specific thing, but they all work together. So our goal today, I suppose, is to figure out what makes this agent tick and, importantly, why you might want to check it out.
Okay, let's get into it. Who's the ideal user here? Like, who benefits most?
Well, the sources we looked at suggest it's really aimed at software engineers, DevOps folks, AI researchers too, and definitely back-end developers, people dealing with complex systems.
Makes sense.
And the big version, the flagship one they talk about, is huge, like 480 billion parameters. But with 35 billion active at any time, it's specifically good at what they call agentic coding.
Agentic coding, okay.
Yeah, and also using tools, interacting with browsers even. It's built to be plugged into things like the Qwen CLI or their agent workflows.
Right, and I saw something about a 98% autonomy level. That sounds almost unbelievable. What does agentic and that kind of autonomy actually mean day-to-day for a developer?
That's the key question, isn't it? So agentic means it's not just spitting out code snippets when you ask. It's more like it can understand a larger goal, plan the steps, write the code, use external tools if needed, maybe even debug a bit on its own.
So less of a co-pilot, more of a junior developer you can delegate to?
Kind of, yeah. A very capable junior dev, maybe. That 98% figure signals it can handle quite complex, multi-step tasks with minimal hand-holding. It gets there using advanced training techniques like long horizon reinforcement learning, and it's got built-in support for function calling and using tools, so it can interact with your existing systems or APIs pretty naturally.
That's impressive. But what about really big projects? Like enterprise-level code bases. Can it actually grasp the whole picture?
That's where it gets really interesting. It supports massive context windows. We're talking up to 1 million tokens.
1 million tokens?
Yeah. So imagine pointing it at a huge repository. It can potentially understand dependencies, interactions, the whole structure, really, when it's figuring out how to add a feature or fix a bug. It's not just looking at one file in isolation.
That could genuinely change how you approach refactoring or debugging in large systems.
Absolutely. It shifts the focus from micro-level edits to more system-level understanding.
So practically speaking then, what kind of tasks would you throw at it? What are the killer use cases?
Well, think about autonomous code generation for a whole feature, maybe. Multi-step programming workflows where it figures out the sequence, understanding and working within those large code bases we just talked about. And because it integrates with command line tools like QwenCode and QwenAgent, you can potentially slot it right into your existing developer workflows. That's a huge plus.
And performance-wise, how does it stack up? We saw some mentions comparing it to others.
Yeah, users are reporting it's competitive with, or sometimes even better than, models like Claude Sonnet or Kimi K2 for real-world coding tasks, which is pretty remarkable for an open-source model.
Definitely.
And again, that massive context window, 256K tokens natively, extendable up to 1 million, that really sets it apart for those huge, complex projects.
And the fact that it's free and open source with a high popularity score on the store. That makes it accessible, right, for lots of different developers or companies.
It does make the model accessible, yes. But there's a slight catch, or rather a practical consideration.
Oh, what's that?
Running a model this big, especially the 480 billion parameter version, even with the MOE efficiency, it still needs serious hardware.
Right, computing resources.
Exactly. So while the model license is free, you need to factor in the cost and complexity of the infrastructure to actually run it effectively. It's not like running a small script on your laptop.
That's a really important point. Free to use, but not necessarily free to run.
Precisely. It requires some planning and resources.
Still, it's amazing to see where these AI agents are heading in the coding space. Pushing boundaries like this makes you think about how the developer role itself might change, doesn't it?
It really does. Knowing about tools like Qwen3-Coder helps you understand that cutting edge. It's about finding powerful options, especially open source ones, that could redefine how you tackle complex coding challenges.
Absolutely. Giving you the insights you need quickly. You can find Qwen3-Coder and many other agents over at aiagentstore.ai. Thanks so much for tuning in today. And hey, if you found this useful, please do take a moment to rate this discussion.